Today, we are going to talk about 5 reasons why your improv solos might sound boring or uninspired, and how to fix them. The good news is you will be able to follow the advice that I am going to give you in this tutorial, no matter what level of improviser you are. We're going to stick to the basics and make everything you play sound a whole lot better. So let's dive in. Whenever I hear a new student improvise for the first time, it's almost always the same thing. They are meandering through a whole bunch of eighth notes. Just eighth note after eighth note after eighth note. No phrasing, no dynamics, no direction, just a ton of eighth notes. This is what it sounds like. So many eighth notes. Unfortunately, a lot of advanced players do this too when they're trying to play patterns. So what's the fix? It's actually pretty simple. You want to tell a story when you are improvising. You want to play phrases. In the musical world, phrases are musical sentences. So you're going to play shorter phrases, oftentimes 2-bar phrases, maybe 4-bar phrases, sometimes broken up into smaller or even larger phrases, but you want to have distinct musical sentences that all go together to tell a musical story. We're storytellers after all. When I play like that, you can hear the musical sentences. You can hear the story. It's not just one big, long, run-on sentence. So your first step is make sure that you are playing in phrases, not just meandering through a whole bunch of eighth notes. In every musical situation, in anything that you play, there are 2 things that you can do to make everything sound better. That is, use more dynamics and articulations. That is 100% the secret sauce, the extra flavor that you can use to make anything sound better. This is what it sounds like if I play some phrases with no extra articulation or dynamic. It sounds okay when I play like that, like I'm playing phrases, you can hear the changes, sounds good, but there's no special sauce. There's nothing that is drawing the listener in. There is no tension, there's no release, there's no arc to the story. If you want an arc to the story, then you need to use different dynamics and add in lots of articulation. As you can hear, when I use dynamics and articulations, it brings everything to an entirely different level. You can hear the story. Dynamics and articulations are super important. You need to make things sound more important by playing them stronger, and then other things less important by playing them less strong, and then weave your way through the solo using different articulations and varying your dynamics. If you'd like to dive way deeper into the world of improvisation or just get started at the beginning of your journey, I do have some improv courses in my sax school, the Scott Paddock Sax School. So if you'd like to get really good at improvising, playing over changes, understanding how to develop a solo, all the stuff that comes along with improvisation, then I'd like to invite you to check out the Scott Paddock Sax School. I'll put a link in the video description below. Next up is something really simple that can add a lot of dimension and flavor to your improv solos, and that is adding in embellishments. Embellishments are grace notes, turns, falls, things like that. Oftentimes when I'm checking out a student's solo, I will say, put something on some of your notes. That is my way of saying, use more embellishments. Grace notes, turns, falls go a long way when it comes to really connecting your solo and giving it a more polished vibe. Here are some grace notes. Here's a turn. And here is a fall. Add some of those into your solos and it will take it to an entirely different level. If you're getting some value out of this YouTube video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd give me a thumbs up, click that bell for notifications, and subscribe to the channel. In the comments, let me know the advice that you got that most improved your improv solos. When you combine dynamics and articulations with embellishments, you have an explosion of cool stuff going on in your improv solos. Here is some improv advice that I want you to be thinking about all of the time. Play it more than once. Play it more than once. By that, I mean develop your ideas, develop your solo ideas. You don't just want a string of improv ideas. You want to play an idea, develop that idea, and then turn it into your next idea, develop that one, turn it into the next one. You want to develop your ideas to help shape phrases, which will give your improv solos direction and emotion. There are a ton of jazz standards that use this idea when playing a melody. Here are a few. Do you hear that idea being developed? Here's another one. Here's another one. Now, when this comes to improv, it's the exact same idea. You're going to take a short phrase and you're going to develop it. Something like this. Now, I can play that phrase again and end it a different way. I am taking that little nugget of a phrase and developing it into something bigger so that my improv story that I'm telling moves forward. Play a simple idea and then develop your idea. And last but not least, this is super important, bring out your chord tones. Don't just play scales and change your key signature to fit the scale. Bring out the chord tones. The chord tones, of course, are your 1, 3, 5, and 7. Those are your more important notes. And if you bring those notes out in your solo, you're going to be playing inside the changes. You're going to be able to hear those chord changes. You're going to be locked in. If you're just meandering your way through scales, you might be playing the right notes, but you're going to be playing over top of those changes, not inside of them. As you are soloing, you want to be able to hear the chord changes. This is what it sounds like when I just play scales without really hitting the chord tones. When I play like that, it is extremely boring. You don't hear the chords at all. It just sounds like a whole bunch of meandering. You want to bring out those chord tones so that you can hear the changes in your solo. And this is a solo where I'm bringing out the chord tones. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video. If you'd like to dive deeper into my saxophone world, come check me out at the Scott Paddock Sax School.